What's up, guys and goblins, and also girls? GTA 6, am I right? GTA 6. Grand Theft Auto. Hell yeah. Grand Theft Auto 6 is slated for a release in late 2025 or next year, or last year if you're watching this video in 2026, whatever. We're gonna talk about 5 games that you have got to play before it releases. Now, these aren't GTA killers by any means, but they're pretty awesome in their own ways, and I can attest to that. Now, we're also not going to be talking about these games in any particular order. Besides, I think these games are pretty amazing equally, or something. Now, without further ado, our first game number 1, is Grand Theft Auto 4. Yes, a Grand Theft Auto, the 4th one. And I know there already is a Grand Theft Auto 5, which might seem like a more enticing pick, but honestly, who hasn't played GTA 5? Let's talk about GTA 4, where you play as Niko Bellic, a totally not a war criminal, who grew up in a totally not a war-torn country, who then flew to the United States of America to live a totally normal life. Okay, seriously, I think I've had fonder memories with GTA 4 than I did with GTA 5. Now I know, GTA 4 has objectively worse graphics than GTA 5, but I mean, GTA 4, it was the shit. I mean, GTA 5 was memorable, sure, but it didn't give me much to remember. GTA 4, on the other hand, oh man, that was a wild ride. GTA 5 was also a wild ride, don't get me wrong, but GTA 4 seemed more grounded. It seemed more relatable or relevant compared to GTA 5. Not to mention the other various things that GTA 4 does better than GTA 5, like physics, or vehicle handling, or just how much damage you can do to vehicles. It might be a personal preference, but I'm pretty sure a lot of GTA 4 enjoyers can relate to that. And if you enjoyed GTA 4, tell me what you enjoyed the most about it down in the comments below. Up next, we have game number 2, or, well, franchise number 2. Say hello to the Saints Row franchise. It doesn't matter whether you've played Saints Row 4, 3, 2, or 1, just as long as you haven't played the reboot. No one's gonna talk about that. Then, you're good. I don't want to talk about the reboot, it's pretty much ass. It's not something that should, be talked about. I think you know why. Woke elements. Anyway, Saints Row was a pretty good franchise up until the reboot. Think of it as a parody to the GTA franchise. Everything GTA does, Saints Row takes and does in a comically retarded way or something similar. I've played Saints Row the 3rd first, then moved on to Saints Row 4, then Saints Row 2 because I never really got to enjoy the second game because of my doo-doo brain thinking older equals less enjoyable, but boy, I was wrong. I don't think I can really explain just how fun the games are before the reboot, it felt like a fever dream. Now, if I were you, I'd grab these games on a sale and just try it out, don't try to enjoy it, let the game lead you to enjoyment. Moving on, we have game number 3, and we're talking about Sleeping Dogs, the one and only. Unfortunately, there's no sequel. Sad. If you've played Sleeping Dogs, I'm sure you know what this game was based off of in the first place, or maybe you don't, and if you don't, this game was supposed to be a true crime game like True Crime New York City or Streets of LA, until the project was eventually bought off, renamed, and it became Sleeping Dogs. Sleeping Dogs is usually dubbed the GTA but Hong Kong, and it kind of does make sense. It doesn't have all the characteristics or do a lot of things that is reminiscent or slightly different to that of a GTA game to make it a GTA clone. However, it does take the GTA formula and answers it in a very different way, all the while still resulting in the same outcome: an enjoyable game, a compelling story, and gameplay that makes sense somewhat. The game takes its story pretty seriously, and despite the jankiness of the animations and just overall movement in the game and traversal, and yes, that includes driving, it still feels pretty good. The melee combat in the game, Sleeping Dogs, is definitely more fleshed out compared to any Grand Theft Auto game, but gunplay is a bit lacking, which is partly because of the lack of the guns in-game. Now, while they aren't completely non-existent, they are rare and aren't really the main focus of the game. Now, I don't want to spoil the story too much, but the story gets pretty heavy as you go on, and that's as much as I will say about the story. It's certainly easier to digest though, compared to the GTA games as well. Now, honorable mention. I cannot talk about these games without including the Just Cause franchise. It's GTA minus the long-winded story. Imagine this. You just need to destroy government property and infrastructure to topple dictatorships in the most creative way you possibly can, or in the most destructive and non-creative way possible. That's Just Cause, and if I were to recommend a specific game to you, I would go for Just Cause 2 and 3. I'd also recommend the first Just Cause game, but it's an acquired taste. The fourth Just Cause, well, I wouldn't really, but it's more because of personal preference. Or, well, maybe it just objectively sucks. Anyway, that's all for today's video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all soon.